Now, every year around New Year's time, we know that people go crazy talking about resolutions and habits, and that this year is finally going to be the year where they lose the weight and they stop this bad habit that they've been stuck on for years, and they get really motivated and really excited for a few weeks, and then what happens? A few weeks go by, and everything is back to the same way that it used to be. So today I'm going to talk to you about ways to properly set New Year's resolutions and ideas of things that can help you along on your process of growth and personal development. Hey everyone and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Kayla and I make videos about all things BPD. I release new videos every Monday, so make sure that you're subscribed and that you have your notifications turned on so that you're not missing out. Now, if you're here and you're thinking to yourself, New Year's resolutions really suck, but at the same time, I do want some things to change. I do want to acquire new skills or goals, then you're at the right spot. Author Diana Pelt has an interesting philosophy when it comes time to setting New Year's resolution. So she expresses that instead of setting random goals about random things that we don't really know why we want, or even very, very specific things, she says that we should rather look at what is the desired feeling that I want to achieve from doing this goal. So for example, if your goal or your resolution is to be more present in your relationships, and then you go about detailing very specific examples about how you're going to get or achieve this thing, that's wonderful. And you also want to look at what is the desired feeling that you want to achieve from doing this thing. So how is your life going to change? How are your relationships going to be better if you achieve this specific goal? So then when you're going about your business and your loved one irritates you, because I promise you that they will, you can then ask yourself, is my intended reaction or behavior in alignment with my goal? Is it going to get me closer to my goal? And more importantly, is it going to get me closer to this desired feeling that I'm aiming at? And what this ends up doing is that our goals and resolutions end up being a lot more value and meaning driven, which usually helps us stick to them. A common resolution that we often see is the desire to lose weight. Now, for those of us who have BPD, there are high rates of comorbidity with eating disorders, so just be gentle with yourself with this specific thing. But if you do want to get back into shape, well, then you can look at what is the desired feeling that you're trying to feel by getting in shape, by taking care of yourself. Do you want to get in shape to feel healthy? Is it to feel desirable? Is it to fit into societal expectations? And the great thing about setting goals this way is that you can find other things in your life to support you along the way. So what I mean by this is, if you want to get back into shape, and when you ask yourself what the desired feeling that you're trying to get from this specific goal is that you want to feel sexy, well then, what other things in your life can you do to make you feel sexy? Is there other areas in your life where you can feel supported by, so that there's not so much pressure on this one goal? And what ends up happening is that we realize we don't really need these very specific things. We can just work on this desired feeling of sexiness, and how can we embody this in different facets in our life. To summarize what I've been saying, when setting resolutions or goals, you want to look at the desired feeling, the intention, and how you're going to work to get yourself there. And then in those moments where it's really difficult and you're feeling emotional and as though you want to act on your urges and impulses, you just go back to your intention and your desired feeling, asking yourself, are these actions going to get me closer to this desired feeling? What this does is that it anchors you in this deeper, meaning, value-driven place. So now that we understand how to properly set a resolution, what are examples of goals that you can set in the new year to help you along your process of growth? One thing that I will recommend or give as an example would be to practice gratitude. And this can look like many different things. You can write in your gratitude journal in the morning, so a few things that you're grateful for. You can do gratitude practice before bed. Personally, I do a gratitude practice every day with my partner before dinner. We take a moment to gather ourselves, to focus on the present moment, and to name 3 things that we're grateful for before we eat dinner. So that's kind of our little spiritual routine of the day. Another goal that you can set for the new year would be to practice self-compassion. I've already talked about this in another video, so if you're curious about that, just check that out. Another goal that you could set for yourself would be to put an emphasis on your physical health, so making sure that you're sleeping well, that you're eating a balanced diet, that you're taking the supplements or nutrients or medication that you need, So just taking care of yourself physically, because we know that it's highly intertwined with our mental health. Something else that you could set as a goal for 2022 would be to practice mindfulness, or something else would be to work on setting boundaries for yourself and putting yourself first. I hope you found this video useful as we head into the new year, and as always, I'm curious to hear from you. Do you set New Year's resolutions? If not, what are alternatives that you do? Do you find them useful? Just let me know all that fun stuff in the comments down below. I wish you all the best year filled with joy, love, and peace. Thank you for being here today, and see you next time for another episode of On the Line.